posted. Gotta keep it posted. Gotta keep it posted. We got Mocha posted with the poster. When you turn on your radio, posted with the poster. When you turn on your radio, From the streets to the television, we keep it going, ain't no intermission. From the streets to the television, we keep it going, ain't no intermission.
Look, you know we poppin', just name a topic. Posted up like a palm tree in the tropic. Rozzy on the beat, make you wanna come and see. Mo to the C, radio to TV. You know she putting in work like she clocked in. Celebrity guest, never guess who gon' drop in. Television's best like a S on the chest. Who's next? Say less, cause you rockin' with the best.
Mocha, posted with the poster. When you turn on your radio, posted with the poster. When you turn on your radio, From the streets to the television, we keep it going, ain't no intermission. From the streets to the television, we keep it going, ain't no intermission.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Mo Clark with the Post Up on Status Network Global Vision TV. Welcome back. I am super excited. Yes, I'm getting started a little late. My wig kept sliding off and, things happen. First of all, I had to find my wigs because I just moved. So it was a whole adventure for me. I feel like Dora. But I did find my wigs. And I think it's holding on. So we in here. We in the building. I got a special guest. We're going to go ahead and jump into Moments with Mo real quick. Zen, just got to let you know, if you know anybody in these Moments with Mo, feel free not to comment on it at all. Okay? Okay, cool. Let's go. Let me know. I be posting people friends. They be like, I can't talk about that. Who's first, JoJo? I'm super excited. Okay, here we go. Tim and Swiss Beats are suing Trilla for $28 million. Now, have you heard this story yet?
Girl, no, it's just
Okay, so this is why they are saying that Triller has not paid them the amount that was agreed upon for all of their Versus battles. Now, of course, Bert, I think Versus was born during the wake of the COVID and all of that, right? So this was a way for us to experience some friendly competition and vibes. We've had everybody from Gladys Knight and Patty and Monica and Brandy and, the most recent one, I can't even think who it was. Yeah. But it's been a lot on the Versus, and to think that they're not getting any money. Because a lot of times we watch the show, we see them being sponsored by Ciroc, and the crowd be thick in person. So imagine what the crowd is like watching. $28 million. Now, of course, Trilla has clapped back, and they have said, this is unfortunate, and they believe it's a miscite. Yeah, I was just gonna pause at that one because they really did say miscite. They said it was their lawyers. They said it was $28 million is a lot of money, and that's just what they say they're suing for. What they are saying they're owed. I don't think any damages or any emotional stress or anything like that has been included in those fees, and their legal fees or anything like that. I mean, Timbaland and Swiss Beats, that is a tough combination to go up against, and I do not think I would want to be sued by either one of them, not jointly, not separately. Hey, how do you feel about this? Like, who business is?
Sis, I be wanting my coins for $10. That much?
How do you think they could have gotten into this? Like,
somebody dropped the ball. Because first of all, your team's supposed to be so solid. Like, you. But then, on the other hand, how long y'all went without noticing y'all ain't got paid? Y'all that rich?
$28 million.
Y'all
that went
rich
from one
to know
show.
y'all didn't get y'all bank account is short? See, that's rich. That's wealthy rich.
Them rich people problems.
Them
All right.
rich people problems.
All right, Timberland. I was going to say Timberland and Magoo. Good God.
Huh?
Timberland and Swiss. We will definitely follow this story because I definitely want to know what happens. Like, oh, my God, to be a fly in that courtroom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think this is going to go to court.
No,
I don't think it's going to get that deep. I mean, I just don't. JoJo, who next?
Oh.
Who, Chalet? Listen, y'all know, I'm going to tell you right now, R. Kelly and Cat Williams are a very, very sensitive subject for me. And, you know, you damn near can't say you feel bad for R. Kelly because somebody is going to attack you in the parking lot for saying such. But who, child, he just can't catch a break. He can't catch a break, a ball, nothing. This man... Every time you turn around, now I'm gonna say this. I don't care who don't like me. This is my personal opinion. I saw the documentary. Okay, I saw it. I am gonna say that I don't believe everybody on them. I believe some of them, but I don't believe all of them. Okay, that's just my personal opinion. I just feel like it was a bandwagon thing. You know, it was a great documentary. If that's the appropriate term to use for that. It was very resourceful for someone, maybe not us. But, you know, we saw a lot going on, and it didn't start the Me Too movement. I'm pretty sure that was already out. It just brought more light to the situation. And R. Kelly had interviews, you know, and now people are just, oh, my God, now his goddaughter just testified against him today. And she said that he started having sex with her when she was 14. And he recorded it. Whew, he was so above the OnlyFans at this point. He was ahead of his time. This is insane. This is the thing, though. Harvey Weinstein, not only was he messing with the young girls, he was arranging for others to mess with the young girls. And we ain't even just gonna say they was the Caucasian persuasion. It was some of us going to his parties and doing all these things. And, you know, rich people in Hollywood, they party a little bit different. Like, they got hors d'oeuvres, but they got bowls of cocaine and crack and all these things that they pass around. That's why Holly Weird is Holly Weird. Now, R. Kelly, I don't know where he messed up at. I don't know if it was the recording or the getting caught or pissing somebody off or they told, and now it's just a whole snowball effect. Because where was this goddaughter? Which goddaughter are we talking about? Which one? Because
he forgot his skin color. That's what it was. See, he couldn't do that because Elvis did it, and then the Playboy man did it.
Hugh most definitely.
And so R. Kelly said, "Hey, step in the name of love," and he didn't know love had an age requirement
and a color,
and he stuck it in the wrong bucket. And now he
not stuck it wrong.
He stuck it in the wrong bucket, and he forgot his skin color. That's my personal opinion.
I just think
because they've been doing it for a long time.
A long time, and he's not the only one. And I feel like at this point, he is. This goes beyond.
The parents need to be locked up too. That's my take.
I agree. Because I know you heard the story where they said Aaliyah and her mama, God rest her soul.
But let's just the what's her name? The Savage girl, right? That's her name? At that age, sir, she had a whole mama and dad. And as a dad, how you didn't? Y'all took that girl there.
They did.
Y'all got paid, and when the money ran out, now you want to tell.
Those are my exact opinions in that situation. Yeah. I think somewhere the checks got cut short somewhere, and now he's allegedly engaged to the other one. I can't remember. What's her name? Is it Jocelyn? It is Jocelyn. It's Jocelyn. He's supposed to be married to her.
Brainwashed her.
I don't believe she brainwashed. I think she knows exactly where his money is. She might not know where all of it is, but I think she, you know, last week they was trying to take money off his books. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing, but it's deep. Like, they don't want Kels to have no oodles and noodles. You know, he can't get the little Nikes out the catalog. Clearly, I had a boyfriend in jail, so I know about all this. But he can't make him no hot pockets like they call it. Poor Kels. I'm sorry.
He makes the wrong person mad. That's just what it is.
He made the wrong people mad. R. Kelly, I don't even know what to say. Like, you're such a sensitive subject for me, sir. You are. Like, you just...
But you got to know, he was a victim, too.
Yeah.
From growing up. So a lot of times in our community, we don't handle that mental health then, and we think it's okay. So he grew up really thinking that was okay because that's what his sister was doing to him. So if we, if we're going to go from that standpoint.
Lock her up, too.
Lock her up, too, and then we're going to say he was mentally insane. Let's throw that card like how they do for everything else.
Ain't nobody's mentioned that, surprisingly.
Let's throw that card out because, that's what normally happens when certain kids of color go shoot up schools and stuff like that. It's a mental thing. This child was mentally abused.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
You ever thought about being a lawyer? That would be a good defense. And
nobody
is mentioned that.
Fulton County. So yeah, I see this a lot.
Okay, I got you.
I heard that from Lawyer Bella.
Lawyer Bella, I like that. JoJo, who next? I think this is the last one, JoJo. Oh, look, here you go. Here go another case for you. You ready for this one? All right, so let me say something. Right now. When I saw the packaging on the internet, the first thing that came to my mind was, oh my God, this is so cute. Like, do you not want a wrap snacks? Like, because it's really cute and it's pink and it looks like Barbie. Like, exciting, right? Ooh, but Wrap Snacks is apparently about to get sued by Mattel for their packaging. Now, this is what throws me off on this situation. First of all, the packaging is great, okay? But the only thing I see is the Barbie font. And if they suing Wrap Snacks, I'ma say they might want to sue Nikki too, because Nikki is wearing a Barbie necklace with the font on it.
It's different.
Why is it different?
Because she can say she's advertising like Barbie Martell, but you notice when she goes and put things on, she put Barb. She go by Barb.
Yeah.
So again, the team.
But this whole necklace that say Barbie, she can't get in trouble.
They sell them at the beauty spot stuff for $1 too. So you can't sue everybody. They say Barbie and Queen and they say Barbie. So she gonna say that's what that is. But they put this on something to make money for it. She didn't put the chain on to make money.
Okay, I got you. I'm just.
But she should have just said Barb, be cute. She should have not put the IE on there. But like how she normally does. Her team dropped the ball.
Do you think that she sat in with them on this design for this?
No, but this is the thing too. Because I help businesses brand and curate and scale their businesses. That's why you have to know your team. You can't get so beyond where you're not still looking in, right? And I think she's beyond that. She has a whole team. She at the point where she paid people to do stuff, and her team dropped the ball. But unfortunately, it's her brand, so she's gonna. She gonna suffer. It's gonna be on her. Yeah. Pay that money, baby.
I ain't gonna lie. I really did want to try the chips after I seen it.
Yeah, I like barbecue chips.
I do too. And then you done put the little Barbie on it. Like, seriously? They look delightful.
But they ain't gonna hit the market, sis.
I know.
It's over with for the barbecue chips. It's
over with. I ain't never wanted to try none of them before, but then when I saw that one, I was like, oh, that's cute. But then I saw the store, and I was like, oh, hell nah. Here you go. Can't never have nothing. This is what it is. We can't have no barbecue chips. It sucks. Right. Anyway, let's get to the interview. I got my girls in Bella in the building. Super excited. She came for one thing, but I'm finding out she got a whole lot going on, so I don't even know how to open the conversation. I thought we was going to talk about your business and the detox, but now I'm finding out you got other stuff. Which would you like to talk about first?
Everything.
Okay, cool. So you have 2 locations. It's a detox spot. Hold on, was that just updated? When was the third? When we get the third one?
About a month ago.
Okay, so tell me, is Decatur? Where else?
It's Decatur where it's greater. We have the Duluth location, and then we have our training facility located in Atlanta on Auburn Avenue.
Okay, I like that. So what made you get into this type of business with the detox spot? I don't even know what a detox spot is.
Okay, you're going to learn today.
Tell me.
So I got into this business because I was dying slow and I was broke. So I am a lupus survivor. Okay. I put myself in remission with lupus by cleansing. So in the course of 10 years or so, I was back and forth in the hospital pretty much, even growing up as a teenager, they would always just say, hey, you need to lose weight. I was 262 pounds at my highest. So everything was just, you need to lose weight, right? Nobody paid me attention. I remember getting suspended from school because I couldn't carry book bags because I was being so much pain. Yeah. So everything was just like, you need to lose weight. But after my second son, I had him at 21, like my health really, really started to fail. And I remember getting rushed to the ICU, and they was like, hey, you have scoliosis.
I got that too.
And I was like, what is that? I didn't know what it was. He said, just worry about this postpartum after, get better, and then we'll come back in 6 weeks and see you. So at that time, I was at maybe like a 23-degree turn. And that's what was causing the pain. But out of all the doctor's visits up to that point, nobody paid attention because I was overweight. So I was just like, lose weight, girl, you'll be all right. So fast forward to that, a couple of, maybe like a year or so after that, I was a manager at the health department, and I fell out at work. They rushed me to the ICU. They literally tried to do a no-call, no-show, and I'm in ICU, fighting for my life, and they sent them there for me. So that was weird. So again, that was just shedding light on, hey, you need to be working for nobody. Yeah. I ain't get a to-go card. I had so many hours. They had to keep me on payroll for, I think, 6 or 7 months because I had that much time I had never taken off, right? So they was like, well, let's just pay you because you need to get off payroll because we need staff, right? So I just looked at how that went. I said, yeah, I'm probably never going to go back to working there again. And then I had this phobia of always being in the hospital. Anytime I go for any little thing, I'm in there no minimum 7 days. So I went and I was just strolling through, like, the internet or something, and I saw a Groupon ad, and this lady had her hand like over the tummy, and I was like, hey, that has something to do with your stomach. And I was having gastro issues at that time. My son Devin was like 9 or 10. He was my caregiver. I was puking this way and going that way. Black tar looked like gumbo, and it smelled horrendous.
Your 9-year-old baby was your caregiver? He
was my caregiver.
Wow.
And he literally would be holding my wig, and I'm going that way, literally like 9, 10-year-old, not gonna get emotional. 9, 10-year-old really taking care of me. Like, I have a whole oxygen tank walking with it, a whole wheelchair, like, really sick. I wasn't supposed to be doing that at my young age, and definitely not his young age. But he was so mature. He did it with no problem and took care of the kids, too. When mommy couldn't get out of bed, couldn't do it. Legs swole, couldn't do it. He did it. But to speed up, again, I saw that whole advertisement, and I literally crawled into this lady's office. And when I did a colonics, it changed my life because you're now getting that poison and toxin out of your body. And when I did the colonics, it was black as my outfit. It had parasites in it. And the toxins was just coming through my body at a rate that it was just like, woo. And I remember coming out of there upright, like almost delirious almost. And I sat on her couch and went to sleep for like an hour. And when I got up, I was just like this new person. And I was like, you ever thought about bartering services? She said, I was just in my office posting on Craigslist for a manager. I said, well, let's barter for like a week or two. Let's see how you do. She was like, no, you're hired. I said, no, let's barter because I want to get these services. Like, if I feel like this, I want one of these things. And I end up being with her for a while. Like, we've been friends still to this day. I have some collaborations with her school. She's like my sister. She took me on, taught me colonics. And when I worked for her, I started a weight loss program because clients were like, hey, you're losing all this weight. You're looking good. We like, hey, we see this. What you're doing, colonics. So she let me start my first business actually inside of her office, not $1 due. And Zimbella was just established then. And I was like, well, hey, let's move to another location and let's add body contouring to it because, you losing this weight. Now you got to turn it up. I want my booty to pop a little bit. Let's have some fun with it. She was like, okay. Got an office in front of Magic City. She never showed up.
That's perfect location.
I was like, I'm finna make some money. I'm finna pop some booties. This would be lit. She never showed up. But see, God sometimes uses you because we're scared. I knew I would have never went out there and tried to get a business like that by myself because I was scared. I went in there, like I said, she never showed up. And that was just, I skyrocketed to another location in Decatur, another one, and I just kept going with it. She's like, I just love my colonics and I love what I'm doing. I said, well, I like to do a little bit of everything. And now I have a training facility where I train and teach people how to open their own spas and scale it. I actually got runner-up for the world best colon hydrotherapist in the world. out of 14,000.
Okay, so now I am gonna say, how does that make you feel? How does that make you feel?
Oh, I was the underdog. Like,
I
was the underdog that came back and bought the kennel, baby. So I feel amazing. I feel amazing because under these, I'm fully tattooed. I have leg sleeves, back sleeves, this. I got the weave, I got the nails, I got the makeup, right? Nobody would look at me coming up and took me serious until I spoke. So when I used to be in these rooms, it was maybe 5 blacks in the room of 1,400. And I was the youngest one there. Until I got to talking and really started dropping gems, they weren't looking at me. They thought I was like maybe an assistant to somebody, or somebody's daughter, or they didn't think that I had a facility. I went in there this year with 3 facilities.
Right.
Okay? And telling them about branding and scaling, and I got them on to sign up for my mentorship. So that's
I want to sign up. I'm sitting here like, whew, because I be wanting to quit every day. You can ask everybody that.
See, I'm retired. You'll never know.
Nah, I mean quit this.
Oh, you want to just quit? Yeah.
I mean to quit, because a lot of times people don't realize that when you're in entrepreneurship, it's a lot. Like, some people get on social media and they don't post the steps of what they go through. You know what I'm saying? Like, take a certified makeup artist. Like, I followed one for years, and I literally thought she just woke up one day and she was just a beast. You know what I'm saying? Because she was on the internet. Oh, I'm self-taught. I'm this and that. Right. But then as I started getting older and I started following more, and I started thinking, I was like, you know, yeah, some of them might really be self-taught. Some of them really did go to YouTube University. But some of them really did drop off the face of this earth and go to a makeup school and get training and practice every day. And then they took down all their BS posts. And then they start putting up their good posts. And they get on there and they start, ooh, I use MAC. Like, I used to think I had to go out and buy the most expensive makeup. Because I was like, that's why mine ain't laying like that, because I don't have MAC. You know what I'm saying? Right. But the more you learn about it, it's like, okay. But some people don't talk about their journey. Like, you just talked about your journey. Other people might have been, oh, well, you know, I was just at home one day and I was like, ooh, I want to start this business. And you're like, what?
Well, that's where I think the passion come in, and that's when you separate the successful business with the struggling businesses. And the only reason I'm going to say that is because I realize because...
Go for it. I wasn't cussing. I was trying to be professional. Okay. Go for it. Cuss
well, we're going to separate this. For somebody to play in shit all day, you have to have a passion for it. As mothers, we playing shit because those are our kids, right? But nobody really goes in and be like, hey, I want to be a colon hydrotherapist, right? Even for CNAs, they're like the lowest of the pay, but they have the most, they have the respect and most respected when it comes to relationship with clients, right? So with me, I went in for both of those reasons. Number one, I know how it made me feel, right? I remember days when I couldn't get on the floor and do foot detoxes. Right? My first employees was my kids. Right? So I remember that. So for me, it's like giving back and paying homage to people who was there for me. Right? And if I can try to help somebody not go through what I went through, that's what separates you. You got people that's in it for the money. And then you got people that's in it for really the passion and what's going to be long term and make you feel good. It makes me feel amazing when somebody who was on chemo coming to dance and two-steps and like, Bella, look at me, look at me, look at me. Because I remember them days when I was on oncology floor and Emory was like, we don't know if you're going to make it, right? So for me, it wasn't always about the dollar, right? And then you got the people, like you said, that did the YouTube University, but they don't want to put the money in, put the work in for the proper coaching, proper PR, to put you in different rooms. So they're just going to stay right there in that box. And they're going to be the one that's charging you, not knowing how to scale their business, not charging the right money, not, just really not doing what a successful business owner supposed to do. So business is more than just going to apply for an LLC and getting an EIN, trying to get a PPP
and getting a website.
Trying to get a PPP.
You better tell them.
Okay. So there's so many different lines to entrepreneurship that people don't see. And I remember I just had this conversation with my staff. I said, being the boss and the business owner, you're always the villain. You're going to always be talked about. Because that vision that you're seeing, that they're not going to see that. They came into your facility and you're paying them. They're not going to ever understand why you're saying do it this way, that way, or that way until they become the villain.
Yeah. I talk about that with my fiance a lot. When I opened up my I have a business office. So when I did my online website, I opened the pickup office because a lot of people around Christmas, you have your last minute shoppers, and I really want to shop with you. Can you meet me in East Point at 10:30 at night? Hell no. Can you meet me in College Park at 7:30 at night? Not gonna be able to do it, but I do have a pickup location. But when I was telling him, I was like, oh my God, I got the boutique, I got the show, I got to do this, I got to do that. He was like, well, hey, you should hire somebody. Mm-hmm. But my thing was, and still is right now, I don't feel like the business is where it needs to be yet to hire somebody. And your businesses are like your baby.
They are.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And if ain't nobody, like, say, for instance, shipping out orders. Mm-hmm. If ain't nobody going to pack that box like you packed it with love and care, with a nice little sticker and a thank you note, you can't do it. Simply because that's a stamp that you have for your brand. You personalize it. You add that extra touch. And Key Lolo might come in there and just be like, they just get a damn sticker. Boom, it's in the mail. You know what I'm saying? Your client might not think nothing about it, but you will. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate you sharing all of that.
But you do have to learn to trust. Because in order for you to scale, you have to have a team.
I'm yet praying. Jesus working on me.
Because when my son was killed, he was just killed 10 months ago.
Okay.
I haven't had to be back in the office unless I want to.
Mm-hmm.
That was a blessing. Because
Mm-hmm.
I was able to give and am able to grieve the way I need to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Business is business.
Mm-hmm.
Not
don't
trying to be
stop.
funny. They still wanted their colons clean. Even though I was sitting at home bawling my eyes out.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I had to, again, you have to be in the proper rooms to hear the proper mentoring, hear the proper coaches, to know how to hire the proper people for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I know in my business, the number one person you want to seek to hire is somebody who's a retail salesperson, customer service rep, or work at some type of strip club or bar. Just think about it. They know how to sell, right? They know how to sell.
Yeah.
So, but somebody who didn't know that, they would be like, I'm going to go to Indeed. I want to look at somebody who's been at a doctor's office.
I'm sorry, you sound like my daughter.
That's the little voice I do.
that's how my daughter talks all the time. So
that's the sarcastic voice, like, oh my God, like no. But when
that's a real voice.
You get in these rooms, you'll realize like, oh, I would have never knew. That's a gym. Gym dropped. I need to look for this when I'm hiring people because they're gonna have this, right? So it is about you're gonna have to trust, and that's okay. Guess why?
Yeah.
People sometimes in you for a season. Maybe they were good for right then, but you definitely know one thing about this. If you get so successful in your business, you cannot be open and traveling the world. So if Tyler Perry having an event over there in Cabo, we need to be in Cabo, but you need to still be making money. You got to trust somebody.
You're right.
Okay.
I got you.
Okay.
I did ask somebody to be a part of my media.
No friends. No family.
Okay.
Cannot trust
the person that I wanted to be a part of my media team, she is a friend. However, she I see me in her. She want to start out, she want to do her thing, and she doesn't know the right things. And I think that's all she needs. She just needs.
I'm not big on that. You know why?
Why?
Because you're the boss, and you're going to become the villain.
I don't want to be her boss.
No. But you're going to be giving her direction. So, in boss.
Okay.
Not saying about the boss,
yeah.
Right? So, soon as you don't, you have to think we just said, the boss is always the villain because it's your baby, right?
Right.
That creates problems in friendship. I did it, and I'll never do it again. I'll never do friend or family ever again.
Okay.
Ever. But, you know,
I
follow your heart, pray on it. Burn a candle and let it lead you.
I'm going to have to pray on it. Now, I do got some friends. Well, they ain't no friends no more. Because I recognize, like, before I got into this, I was popular on social media. But once I started, like, doing different things, some of those people start to circle back. You know what I mean? And they circle back around. They spin the block like the kids say today. Yeah, they spin the block. And I be like, bruh, nah, girl, you remember how that friendship ended?
That same energy. That's my word. Keep that same
I like that.
energy.
I want them to. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram, but you're going to get the same treatment the other fans get. You don't get to jump the line. If everybody else got to sleep outside for the Jordans, you got to sleep outside for the Jordans.
$3.99. The ticket is
The price is the price. The price is the price.
And you should put a little bit extra on it just because you know what it took
for
me to get
my pain and suffering.
You
I
see?
feel you. So you talked about it a little bit, and I heard you when I came in. So you were talking about your son and your son being murdered. I wanted to ask you then how long it's been, but you just told me 10 months ago.
Yeah. Monday made 10 months.
Now, how old was your son?
17.
Was this the 9-year-old that was doing the caregiver, or this is one of your other
Yeah.
sons? Wow.
Yeah, that's him.
So what happened that you can talk about? Because I know is it an open case?
It's an open case, but it's still my son.
Okay. Okay.
I'm very open about it.
Okay.
So Devin Marquette Jackson was my 17-year-old son, my everything, and pretty much I was actually in Costa Rica on a business conference and I got a call from my 15-year-old, and I heard him say, I thought I heard, because we're in Cabo. No, I'm sorry, we was in Costa Rica, and he knows I'm on stage, so he's FaceTiming me. I'm like, Lord Jesus, what's going on? Like, what is it? So when I open the phone, it's the static ain't too good. It's staticky.
Mm-hmm.
So my son never cries. He's an introvert. He just don't cry. And I saw his little red face, and I'm licking. I'm like, whoa. And he's like, Devin dead. And I thought he said Devin did something. You know how boys wrestle over the game?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking he said Devin did something.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard him yelling.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, picked up. I said, what? He was like, Mama, I'm so sorry. Devin dead. And I
know.
Yeah, it was surreal. It's still surreal.
Mm-hmm.
So, the girls in the tribe, they got me back here to Atlanta. It was the longest ride ever. But God put angels with you. I never got the guy name who sat next to me, but he just held my hand the whole time. He said, I don't want to know what happened. He just held me, and as all these articles started coming through, and it was just the worst. My body lost control, so I'm going every way it could go. My body just shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And before this guy walked off, he said, I'm here for the same. He said, I'm going to New York for the same thing, and he just walked off. But I wouldn't have been able to get through that plane ride without him holding me.
But you never told him.
No. Whatever he just kept saying, I'm going through the same thing, and he just walked off.
Wow.
Yeah, I never talked to him because I couldn't talk.
Mm-hmm.
So I get there, and that's when I got the story that his friends who he grew up with pretty much set him up for a robbery.
Good Lord. And
as he's getting robbed, another car pulled up, and they shot him with an AR-15 or AK-47, AR-15. For me, I knew it had to be somebody he trusted because he was too smart of a kid, and COVID was out around that time, so I knew my son wouldn't just be with anybody. And I knew it had to be somebody he trusted. So that's been one of the toughest things. I am a woman who has been through the storm.
Mm-hmm.
With me telling you I'm a lupus survivor.
Mm-hmm.
Scoliosis. I've had a 12-hour back surgery. So I have 2 Harrington rods from neck to back with 27 screws that holds my spine together. I was in a 13-year marriage and walked in on him infidelity with the transgender.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, I've been in an abusive relationship where I was getting beat and
How do you just speed past that?
It's so normal now because nothing really compares to the hurt of
Your son.
my son. So that's small things for real. But yeah, none of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
None of that stuff compared to sitting on that front row at the funeral and watching that casket close on my kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people say it all the time. He was a good kid. I was a good kid. You don't get no 9, 10-year-old mama having a seizure and I have to drive her.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't never heard of it. You ain't never heard of a 9-year-old having to do that for their mom. You ain't never heard of while I'm going through my biggest fear, I had a baby dropped off at my mailbox at 3 days old. And he taking care of her. You ain't never heard of it. So for me, he was something amazing. You know, something amazing. And now that I am on my 7-figure journey in my business, he's not here for me to celebrate him in a way that I want to celebrate. He was celebrated. He 17 on been to 5 countries. He, he lived a life that a 65-year-old couldn't live, right? So I know I didn't fail him there, but he had a car. You know, I gave him things. He picked out the house we're in. But on this journey I'm on now, I needed him to be there to let him know I'm thankful. You know, I'm thankful. And it hurt. I did everything in my power to make sure I got him across that stage and get to the Navy. And 6 months before, you come and do my child like that?
You know, after this, I'm a arrange something with you because I want you to talk to my 2 daughters, if you don't mind. Because I, last week, had a situation with my 21-year-old daughter. And she goes, my fiance dropped her off at the smoothie place. You familiar with Douglasville? Okay. So the Smoothie King is at one end of Highway 5. Arbor Place is at the other end. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Well, actually, it was like 8 when he dropped her off. And she was like, yeah, I'm going to wait on my smoothie, and then I'm going to walk across the street to my job. Cool. So I'm sitting at work, and apparently she linked to my Lyft account still. So it says she's requesting a Lyft. And I'm like, where's she going? You know? And so when I pull it up, she's coming from Arbor Place to her job. But now I'm confused because if you was dropped off at the smoothie place and you was supposed to walk across the street to go to your job, how the hell you get all the way up the Arbor Place to catch a Lyft back down to where you should have been in the first place? So when I finally talked to her, I said, how did you get up there? Because she doesn't drive. She doesn't know how to drive. She said, I walked. So if the smoothie place is 5 or 6 minutes, well, no, it's about 10 minutes away from Arbor Place by car. Imagine how far it was on foot.
Right.
So my question is, why did you do that? Do you not realize the situation you put yourself in? You are a young black female. You are a hot commodity right now, and you don't understand. And so I said, well, do you not think you put yourself in the situation? No, I don't. Her response was, I didn't have my earphones in, and I had my little pocket knife. That was legit her response. But I'm at work freaking out. That was what my 21-year-old did last week. My other daughter, she just started high school. I keep getting these alerts. She absent. Well, what the hell? Again, my fiance dropping her off at school. Where's she absent from? That was last week when I found out she was absent. So I asked her, what's going on? Do you have the wrong schedule? Yeah, some girl walked me to my class and showed me. Okay. So here we are. It's Monday. You're absent. What was yesterday? Wednesday?
Thursday.
Okay. I start emailing the teachers Wednesday morning. One teacher was very vague. Nope, I ain't seen her. Okay. I just thought he meant for the day, yesterday. Right. He didn't see it yesterday morning. It was the cosmetology teacher that went into a detailed email with me. She says, I have her in my class. They have assigned seats, but I've never met your daughter. We 9 days in. You've never met my daughter? So I called the counselor. Hey, look, is it a mix-up with the schedule? He said, Miss Clark, we can't find her. I said, I'm sorry, what? You can't find her? What do you mean you can't find her? She ain't been in none of her classes, ever. 9 days in. She's never been in her class. I looked at the lady at my job. I said, ma'am, I got to go. I'm sorry. Do with that what you will. I got to go. I told the man I'm on the way. I go to the school. Hey, look, I'm finna come in the door. He said, I'm going to meet you at the door. We had to trick my daughter and text her and tell her to come to one place. She didn't know I was there. I go in the office. I find out, hey, you know what? If she wouldn't have showed up in the next 2 days, social worker would have been at your house. But how am I supposed to know this? I'm thinking my child is at school. So I went through that whole thing yesterday. It's my fault. You know, we've moved around a lot. I everything you just said, I said, we ain't been out the country. But, you know, hey, we've been to Disney World. We did this, we did that. What is wrong? What is wrong? Because, again, you putting yourself in a dangerous situation. Oh, that's Fred. Hold on. Thanks for calling the post up. This Mo Clark. Hey, Fred.
Yo, what's up, girl? How you doing up in here?
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much, man. Y'all show me some birthday love, man. You know I'm going to be dancing and acting a fool. Y'all know how I do my birthday, man. Woo!
Oh, no. Okay, Fred. Fred, did you see our lovely guest tonight?
Oh, I'm just tuning in, man. I'm just getting back, man. I had to do a job, man.
Okay, well, tune in. Watch the show. Call me back.
Yes, ma'am. I got you.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, I'm going to like and share, too. I always like to share your show.
Well, I appreciate you so much, Fred.
Yes, ma'am. Much love to you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Love Fred. Fred is a frequent flyer. We call all the time. But the fact that they're putting them, the girl, she been in the bathroom.
All day?
All day.
During
During school.
Doing what?
8 hours. Watching Netflix.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
That's what she's sticking with.
For 8 days, that's what she's sticking with. But see,
She had a charger with her?
she must have had something, boo, because I'm telling you, like, listen. Listening at you talk, listening at your stories, you know, I definitely think you have potential to reach the young ladies, to reach the young men, you know, especially with what happened to your son. Because a key thing that you said is something that a lot of adults don't get either, was that it had to be somebody he trusts. Mm-hmm. You know, when that Kanika Jenkins case broke, I couldn't sleep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, me and Devin was invested in that case.
I could not sleep. I kept looking at the girl. I was like, dang, she favored my daughter. Like,
you know
that's
what happened here in Atlanta. It's just they didn't put her in the freezer.
I'm
Since
sorry.
Devin dealt 46 people have reached out to me under the age of 19. And they all been friends. But they had the similar thing that happened maybe about 7 months ago in Atlanta at the hotel. The same exact thing. Only thing, they didn't put her in the freezer. The guy that's next to Devin, he is 21, so he's a little bit older than what we're talking. But same thing, his friend kicked in the door, shot him. Baby, his 6-month-old baby or 3-month-old baby was in the back. He's right next to my son. My son's in the mausoleum right next door. Like, the call, even before coming here, I got the call of a 15-year-old. I'm that person that everybody calls because they're like, how you still doing this? How you still doing this? To be the voice of reason, you know. And I'm one of the type of people, you can't, don't try to give me advice or tell me.
So now you're somebody's angel.
Yeah.
Walking them through. Yeah, walking them through, getting them through that.
Rough. Yeah. I get bullied online. All
Really?
you're doing is crying. Why are you crying all the time?
Because it still
I'm
hurts.
supposed to laugh? What am I supposed to do? My son is dead. Like, that's the weirdest thing. It's like grown people. At least I still get to see my son. Yeah.
But you know, the crazy thing
is, my
is,
son. That's the weirdest
even
thing.
if you got online and laugh, like if you have a good day and you laugh and you smile, they don't criticize that too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a no-win situation. So what else are you working on? Tell everybody what you got coming up for JoJo Put Us Out.
Okay.
Because, JoJo, you ain't slick gonna throw on the headphones like I don't know what the headphones mean. Sit down. Ain't nobody, go ahead. Ain't nobody think about JoJo.
Right now, I have stuff. Shout out to my PR. Keeps me busy. But I am dedicated, like, I am devoted. Right now, I have, we're pitching a documentary of Devin. I got books coming out, Who Was Devin Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on any platform right now talking about gun violence. I'm there.
Are you going to schools, too?
I haven't got there yet, but I know it's political season, so we're tapping into that, especially because I'm not getting any help with the county, and because it's a black-on-black crime. I'm the one putting it in the
Have you linked up with Shooter? Good Shooter?
I spoke to PR about that, but I like anything Justice for Devin. I got, like I said, I have his page going. I got his movement going, 501c going. Yeah, I like, literally, my son, if you go to South Cal Mall, they got his not just a picture, but they have his carve out everywhere. I went the pen. You're gonna see me. I'm rocking like we rocking and rolling. You gonna know. Oh, that one. Yeah, we probably should have left that one alone. Mm-hmm. That one, mama is the truth. Mm-hmm. Devin's mom. That's how they say it. Devin's mom. Yeah, Devin's mom is going all in.
You know, once you have kids, you don't never have your own name no more.
Yeah, she's Devin's mom.
Devin's mom.
Devin's mom is going all in about her kids, and I'm not going to be bullied into not getting justice for my kid just because I know he was done so wrong. Mm-hmm. And the love I got from not just kids what just shocked me, and I was appalled, was mothers and grandmothers and cousins were reaching out to me. Was like, I knew Devin because I remember my daughter was getting bullied, and he stepped in. I remember one time a girl, Menses, came on in school, and Devin wrapped his jacket around her and was like, but y'all better not pick on her. So those messages I get, they're like, hey, I know you don't know me, but your son one day gave me his shoes at the red light because you know, the kid didn't have on some shoes or something. Like, outside of being in front of his mama, he still was doing what his mama taught him, right? So people reach out to me and send me screenshots all the time. I remember this lady, she went through a divorce, and because he know what I had went through, this boy was his mama. This little boy probably was about 13, 14, literally telling her the stuff I would have been telling a grown person. And she was like, he was so old, so God gonna put the right person in your life, Mom. Don't do this. Like, he was praying with this lady and everything as a kid, right? So everybody took it hard. Like, people to this date, they still just out the blue. I remember the teacher said, I know I'm not supposed, no, he was actually the administrator. He said, I'm not supposed to say this because, you know, they're students. He was like, but Devin wasn't my student. Devin was my son. Devin, they did color exchanges at his funeral. You've never heard of that because he was not in the Navy. ROTC came to his funeral and gave me his stuff. You ain't never seen it. Ever. It's never been heard of.
Oh, child.
And so they all say that was my son. All the teachers said that was my son.
I know you're going to get through it. I know you're going to get through it. I just hate to hear that.
Yeah, gone too soon. For
Definitely
sure.
Gone too soon.
But we can't question God's plan.
Absolutely.
He's just going to last.
Absolutely. JoJo, don't do that, JoJo. We having a sentimental moment, JoJo. It ain't even no wine involved right now, JoJo. Don't be flicking your. Nah, okay. So look. Anyway, you gotta come back. We gotta have another conversation because I'm interested. I feel like I know your son now, and it's just.
He over there sitting there.
I like it.
He's sitting over there with you because he said you pretty.
Oh, yeah. He must be quite the charmer. What was his sign?
August 28th. His birthday next Sunday. That's Virgo, right? Yeah, Virgo.
That's them. They the ones.
Charmer for sure.
They are. They flirts. But you know, I'm a Scorpio, so you know, I flirt back. Not with the baby. Not with the babies. I don't flirt with the babies. So anyway, tell everybody where they can find you at. Tell them where the location's at.
So again, I am on IG as Zen Bella. That's ZEN Bella with the underscore. I'm on Facebook. They disabled me, y'all. But you still look me, they disabled me, child.
For what?
Because I gave out a free $50,000 grant, and I said I want to be the spa sugar mama today.
Oh,
Lord. And that's all I was saying. But anyway, you still find me at Zen Bella Detox Studio when it comes back up. And then, again, my locations, Decatur, Duluth, and Atlanta. Come get your colon cleanse.
JoJo, what I told you about zooming out when it's my go? You see how he do me? You don't want the people to find me on social media? I don't even want to do it no more. It's your girl Mo Clark. Follow me on IG, Miss Mo Clark. That's it. That's all I got. Thank you, JoJo. You're so awesome. You're so wonderful. Such a pleasure. Whatever.
Keep it posted. Gotta keep it posted. Gotta keep it posted. We got Mo Clark posted with the poster. Bring it to know you're ready, posted with the poster. We can tell them you're ready, From the streets to the television, we keep it going, ain't no intermission. From the streets
know we poppin', just name a topic. Posted up like a palm tree in the tropic. Rozzy on the beat, make you wanna come and see. Mo to the C, radio to TV. You know she putting in work like she clocked in. Celebrity guest, never guess who gon' drop in. Television's best like a S on the chest. Who's next? Say less, cause you rockin' with the best.
Mo clock, posted with the poster. We turn on the radio.